Hey guys, it is actually the evening time. It's like 5 p.m. when I'm starting this video. I just finished work for the day. I worked from home today. We're in the real thick of our busiest time at work and I feel like I've just been glued to my laptop all day, and I thought, Matt's out tonight, what better excuse for me to get a bunch of cleaning and like washing stuff done. I actually really want to have a bath tonight. So here's my list actually. So what do I have to do? I don't have to, I just like to get all these things done when I've got an empty house because there's no one around messing things up as I clean and tidy. Okay, I want to completely clear the spare room. The spare room, I don't know if you guys have the same thing, but it's just like one of those rooms where washing seems to gather there. Clean washing, thank God, but washing seems to gather there. My makeup's all over the floor. My hair stuff's all over the place. I need to like clean that whole room. I need to tidy the bedroom, make the bed, hoover everything. Also, thank you so much for all the lovely comments on our room tour video, my room tour video. I really loved sharing that with you guys. I've been putting so much effort into that bedroom, and yeah, I'm just so excited for the big reveal and just to hear what you guys all think about it. Also, all the comments about the bed, not the bed, the bedside tables. Guys, the bedside tables, like obviously we would love bedside tables, but we live in a small house and it's like a compromise where you just like can't have every single thing. We didn't want the bed to be in an awkward space. I also saw some people say about like, did you consider the bed in different places so you could fit the bedside tables? And yeah, like we considered everything. And I just think for the room, I really wanted to be looking out to the windows. Like you wake up in the morning and obviously you have the blinds closed, but it's quite nice when the sun comes in. And yeah, I just like the positioning of the bed. And bedside tables mean that you have to plug your phone in on the opposite side of the room. It means that you have to get up in the morning physically to turn the alarm off when the alarm goes off. And it really helps me like get up and get started with the day and not snooze my alarm. So yeah, the bedside tables are not a big deal. We don't mind too much. Like we're really used to it now. And we do have some like little ledges. I also plug my phone in on top of the chest of drawers. So I kind of use that as a bit of a bedside table, but no, it's not like the end of the world. We're getting by. Anyway, I have to clean the bedroom, so you're going to see that again. I have to tidy up down here. I want to like put all the washing away that's on the radiators, and I want to have a bubble bath tonight. So let's see if I hold myself accountable to doing all those tasks. I also need to at some point rearrange the bathroom cabinet. So let's see if I actually get around to doing that or not. Before I get into all of that, I wanted to chat to you guys about the sponsor of today's video. I'm working with Suri again. This will be my third collaboration with Suri, and I've spoken so much about them. I've told all my friends in real life. I realised I first worked with Suri back in the summer of last year, which is actually so wild. Time has gone so quickly. It's been a really long time since we have converted to using these toothbrushes. This one is actually Matt's and mine is on charge at the minute, and I thought let me just grab his. His is a bit more of an interesting colour. He went for the blue. I have the white, which I love. I feel like the white is so sleek and it just looks so lovely on the bathroom mirror. So my biggest gripes in the past with toothbrushes have been the grime around the sink. I don't like having them sitting on the side in the bathroom because I feel like all the gunk from the top of the toothbrush kind of slides down and gathers lovely on the bottom of the toothbrush. I actually much prefer having the wall mounts where you can just pop your toothbrush up onto the mirror and then anything that kind of comes off the bottom can just drip straight into the sink. I also love that the body is super sleek. It's aluminium, it's really thin. Sorry, there's a bit of toothpaste on there. We really use these and love these toothbrushes. The body's super slim and sleek and they just look great in the bathroom. They have a 40-day battery life, so you literally don't have to charge this in between brushes 40 days. It's so good. And also the chargers look sleek as well. Everything is just really well designed. It looks great. It does the job, and it doesn't have any of those gimmicks that you often see with toothbrushes. That's how they're able to keep them nice and sleek and slim. They don't have built-in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and like all these different features that nobody actually ends up using with their toothbrushes. They just do the job and they do it really well. If you send the heads back to Suri, they will also recycle them for you free of charge. So if you are interested in trying out a Suri toothbrush or doing a little bit more research yourself, you can head to the description box. There will be a link below, and you can also use my screen. You can also use my code, which is on screen now. It's Harris in capital letters for £10 off your Suri order. Thank you so much to Suri for sponsoring this portion of the video. let's get back to my cleaning. I was just putting on a podcast and I realised there's one that I listened to the other day that I needed to tell you guys about. I find this, well, I've heard of this kind of like production company. I think it's production company. I'm not sure what you call it when it comes to podcasts, but I heard about them ages ago. It's called Tortoise Media. They actually have an app, which I've downloaded as well, but they produce all these podcasts, and I just find the way that they report on things, the investigations they do, super interesting. So all the topics I'm like a bit hooked on. There was one that I just listened to called Lucky Boy, which, trigger warning by the way, if anyone is dealt with any like sexual abuse problems, I mean, like if anyone's suffered or has any triggers around any of that stuff, then this might not be a podcast for you, but I'm not going to go into it too much. It involves a young student, well, it's a guy who's now in his 50s who was the victim of a teacher-child relationship while he was at school, and he's now in his 50s, and it is so interesting to hear about it from his perspective because he was a young boy. This teacher was a good-looking teacher and she just completely abused her position of power, and his whole life's been devastated by what happened to him as a kid. And he basically said that it wasn't until he became a parent and he watched his stepson get to the age of 14 and then realised, like, hang on a minute, that was totally wrong, and it kind of like helped him not piece together, but he had a lot of like mental health problems. He had like troubles with work and holding down a job and things, and like I think, yeah, it just ruined his whole life basically. And the podcast is really interesting. So that was called Lucky Boy on Tortoise Media, or Tortoise they say, but I always pronounce it Tortoise. I'm like, am I saying that wrong? Yeah, really interesting. Just in general, the whole Tortoise Media, I just find their stories and the way that they investigate things. I love the presenter. So the presenter on Lucky Boy was actually called Chloe. I'm not sure what her surname was, but her name was Chloe, and she was great at just like asking the right questions. And yeah, I find it so important when you listen to a podcast that you like the sound of the narrator's voice. Like if I don't like the voice of the person reading it, I'm really not into it. I also, for a long time, can't remember if I told you guys this already, but I used to be subscribed to The New Yorker, and I used to pay for a subscription to their newspaper or magazine. They have a newspaper and a magazine. I can't remember which one I was subscribed to, or if you get both through the subscription, but they had these long read articles, and the narrator who read them out, there was like this lady with this like really distinctive New York accent, and I think it was New York accent. It was amazing. Anything she was saying, I was just listening to it, and they were really long stories. I think they were like an hour and 15 minutes, and they were great. I just probably no longer have the disposable income to pay for all of that. Maybe I should prioritize stuff like that, but yeah, really interesting stories. Sometimes I think some of their stuff's free on the New Yorker. Did I say the New York Times? I meant the New Yorker. Yeah, really, really good. So if you're looking for something to listen to, try Lucky Boy if you are kind of intrigued or interested in that sort of thing. Really, really, yeah, really interesting. I also remember the one called Serial by, I think that was a New York Times podcast about a clinic was it a clinic? Yeah, I think it was like a Yale fertility clinic, and they specialise in IVF, and multiple women had gone there seeking treatment and had really struggled with the egg collection process, and it was basically because they weren't being given the correct painkillers that they should have been, and a particular nurse that worked in the clinic was addicted to some of the drugs, and she was selling the drugs, stealing them and selling them. And it was just, that was like a completely wild podcast, to be honest. Like, could not quite believe what was going on there. So yeah, that one was really good too. Anyway, back to cleaning. Sorry for the ramble. You'll literally ramble for hours just to avoid doing something you don't want to do, right? Guys, you must go and watch my sister's vlog. Let me turn this off. I've got loads of washing in my hands and I'm juggling everything and I need to get upstairs, but I just realised my sister uploaded a vlog and it's perfect timing because it gives me, oh my god, double chin alert. It gives me something to watch while I'm doing all my chores. Whew. Oh my god, this spare room is depressing the life out of me. Let me just put everything down. Okay. Here we are back in this room, this bloody dreaded room. As I was just saying, my sister has just uploaded a video, a vlog, and obviously it features me because she came down to London this weekend. We had such a nice time. Her and her boyfriend Fraser actually stayed here on our beautiful sofa bed, which is now covered in clothes, and we had the nicest time. Because it's nice then when it comes to ignore how mental I look right now. I'm actually just, it's like 8 p.m. I'm just emptying the bathroom bin, well, putting some stuff in it. The bathroom's looking good now, the cabinet, I mean. I also wanted to put some more bits into the cabinet. My mum brought down a bunch of stuff from my auntie who we really sadly lost last year. Shortly before she died, she was asking me about good skincare, and you know, she was just like treating herself to some like lovely skincare products, and I was telling her all about Tatcha and how many like gorgeous creams and things that they make. So she treated herself to some lovely products, and she actually sent me some as well, the Tatcha lip mask that I use. And my mum brought them down for me because she obviously is no longer with us, and my mum kind of said, oh, would you still use them? And I was like, of course I will. So I got the Tatcha overnight repair cream, and these are, it's funny opening them and seeing the kind of like marks from where she'd put her like hands in and kind of obviously like put them on. So it makes me quite, it's emotional, it's weird, like I feel close to her, but also it makes me sad to use them. Sorry, I just had a little emotional moment there. This one is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream, so I'm going to put that in there as well. These are the most gorgeous products. Like, I have always loved Tatcha from a bit of a distance because I know how expensive it is. This is her lip mask, so she sent me one. She sent me a bigger one than that, actually, I think mine is bigger in the post, and I don't think I'm going to use this. I think I might just keep this because it's very sweet inside. You use the the little spoon to like scoop out the product, and yeah, it's got all the little scoop marks from when she used it. So I have one already to use up, so maybe I'll get around to it one day, but I'll probably just keep that one. And then she also had the dewy skin serum, so this is going to be lovely. I'm literally so obsessed with Tatcha. Yeah, I love Tatcha products, but they're always so expensive, and she like always used to love spending her money on like lovely things, and she'd have like the best skincare and the best, yeah, clothes and things like that. So I thought this will be a brand she'll love. This is also the Camellia Cleansing Oil. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get good use out of these products. I've already started using this night cream, and oh my god, it's incredible. It's called the Indigo Overnight Repair, made in Japan, and it is, you like wake up the next morning, your skin is glowing. So yeah, I don't know if people find that weird or not, but you know, when it's someone in your life that you love and you're really close to. So I'm definitely gonna make good use of these products. Shit. Hey guys, I am just finished making my dinner. It's actually Sunday night, and this is my delicious meal. I've also got a dash with me, and I'm gonna go and enjoy this on the sofa. I've got my PJs on. It's like 5 p.m. I'm gonna sit on the sofa, gonna watch some TV. I'm getting really into Married at First Sight, so I'm gonna watch some of that, the Australian one of course, and enjoy the rest of my weekend. The weather has been insanely nice this weekend, and I've also got some fresh flowers. Don't know if you guys can see, but over there, and then I've got some behind you as well. Guys, I just wanted to pop on quickly and say thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to Suri for sponsoring it. Just a reminder, if you do fancy getting a Suri toothbrush and enjoying £10 off your order, then use the code Harris in capital letters. It's on the screen, and follow the link in the description box to get £10 off. Have a lovely week, and I will see you for another video on Wednesday. Bye.